Hello. So today I'm going to show you my trick for recording in Adobe Illustrator. So I've already recorded my 1.5 grade increase. And for people out there who maybe do grading a little bit differently, the way that I know how to grade, or at least the way that I'm learning how to grade, is that you do a 1.5 grade increase for, let's see here, sizes 4 through 8, and then a 1.5 grade increase for sizes 10 through 16, and then a 2-inch grade increase from sizes 18 to 20. So you can see here that I've kind of grayed out on my grade table that I just kind of screenshotted and put on here. I've already graded sizes like 12, 14, and 16, which is like my small and my medium. And that was my 1.5 inch grade increase. And if you see here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an action for doing this grade increase. So let's just get into it. And then I'm going to take, so this is my medium sleeve right here. And I'm going to copy that and create a large. So large 18. Oops. Okay. And then what I can do is click on my copy and I can go up in here. I created a graphic style and I just have like a few different like dash patterns and colors, and that's how I do my sizing. And I labeled mine. I'm not really paying attention to it right now, but it really helps if you want to stay consistent. So let's just jump into it. So for this thing, I have 6 rules. I've already written out my rule table. And how we're going to do this is we're going to create a new folder in actions. And I've already done this here. So, and I named it sleeve 2-inch grade increase. As you can see, I've already done my 1.5 inch grade increase. Sorry, my cat. Okay. And then I'm just going to press the plus button and do rule 1. Make sure it's on the right set. Okay. Enter. And then add another one, rule 2. And I find it's easiest just to like really quickly go through all of these. Rule 4. Rule, okay, you need to go. Sorry. Rule 5. And then rule 6. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to basically make our functions. So what I tried doing earlier is I tried going in here and then going into my transform and saying like, oh, X, Y, you know, let's say for rule 1, because this is rule 1 right here. And I have a little chart up here. Or maybe I can, JK, I don't have the photo. Yes, I do. Here, I'll move this for you. Yeah, so this is my chart right here. So what I tried doing is like, let's say this is, you know, I'm doing rule 1. I tried going to my X, Y axis. And what I usually do is say like, okay, X is, you know, if we look at our highlighted row, it's -0.2. I wrote 2.4, but it's 2.5. 2.5. And it basically moves the whole thing. And it just doesn't work. And once you like basically run an action doesn't like memorize what point was pressed. So it just moves the paste all over the artboard, which is no good. So I'm just going to stop this and delete these. So what you want is move. You want move as your action. So I'm going to press record on rule 1. And I already created like a little box here. And I just use these points as like my like sample points. So what we're going to do is move it randomly. So I'm just going to click one, like my right arrow key, and that's going to add move. And then I'm going to go to rule 2, arrow key. Oops, shit. Oh, sorry. Click on rule 2. What's going on? I didn't press record. Okay. Stop recording. Rule 3, start recording. Arrow. Stop recording. Rule 4, start recording. Arrow. Boom. Bam. Pow. Pow. I'm sure there's a better way to do that, but I didn't do it. So, okay. So now that that's done, what we're going to do is basically plug in our numbers. So for large, I have, or for my 2-inch grade rule, I should call it, I'm going to do negative 0.24. This is rule 1. I'm looking at this right here. And then my vertical is 0, so I'm going to keep it at 0. 2.5. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So basically we're going back in and editing it, and you can't just write move right away. You need to like create the action first. So I'm just going back in and editing it. So negative 0.5. And then this is, and remember, your Y's are opposite. I don't know why. Do not ask me. That is not my problem. Okay. So rule 3, negative 0.125, and then my vertical is negative 0.3125 because it's the opposite for vertical. And then rule number 4 is 0.0625, vertical, negative 0.3125. Okay. And then rule number 5 is 0.0625. Vertical is negative 0.3125. Okay. And then rule number 6 is 0.0625 and vertical is 0. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, so I basically did 1 through 6 here. And if you notice, that's only half the pattern. So what you could do is you could do all of this, flip your pattern, and then rejoin all those pieces. That's one method of doing it. Or you can copy your rule table and do the negative and then apply it to the negative side each time. I'm going to do the latter for now. So I'm going to skip 1 and 6 because that are already covered. I only need this section right here that's not covered. So I'm going to copy rule 2 and rename it 2.2. So if this is like rule 2.1, I'm going to name it 2.2. You could do rule 2 flip if you want. I'm going to do rule 2.2 because that's what's right in my heart. So now that it's copied, when you go into move, you'll notice it's the same, but it's just negative. This is correct because I messed up my own rule. Hold on. This needs to be positive because I forgot to opposite the Y. Okay, this is going great. All right, rule 3, copy, rule 3.2. Okay, move. At least I got that one right. Okay, and then 4, copy, 4.2, move. Okay. And the reflection is on the y-axis. So if my sleeve was rotated, I'd be taking the like negative or the changing the positive to a negative on the x-axis, but I'm not doing that because this is the way my sleeve is positioned. So my last one right here, 5.2, move. You can see it's just moving this little dot around my screen, and that doesn't matter because it's just some random shape that I put in there, so I don't care about it. And this is my last one. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is go to button mode. And in button mode, things get confusing. Woo. I wish I could like not see these. I want to just like not see these. Okay, whatever. Well, I know this is my bottom one. I wish they like didn't show the ones that I didn't want them to show in button mode. Like that would be nice. Oh, okay. But we're not doing that right now. So I'm going to show, so this is my sleeve. And now we're going to edit stuff. So you can see I have 2 layers on here already. And I'm editing this one, my large, and I have my medium. Don't forget to copy it or else you're screwed. All right. So scroll down here, rule 1. Okay. Click on our next one, next point, rule 2. What just happened? Can I not do this? What's going on right now? Rule 3. Rule 4. Rule 5. And then rule 6. I think I messed up rule. Let's go look into this. I think I messed up rule 2. Let's go back in. Vertical 0.125. Oh, that's going to need to be negative. Wait, did I change that the first time? Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's done. I'm going to change rule 2 because I think 2.2 is probably messed up then. Oops, cancel. See, I need to click away if I'm going to edit it. So I want it to go down, which means it has to be positive. I really fixed that thinking that I did something and then I messed it up. Okay. So I'm going to press rule 2.2. No, I'm not. Okay. Good. This is why I go in button mode because it's just a lot faster. Okay. So where was I? I stopped at 6. So I'm going to go down to 5.2, which is basically like if we were to flip this, it's 5.2. I think you're basically getting the point. And we're just working our way back up. I already did 2.2. Okay, so that is our large. And you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of work. But now let's do this. I copy my large, lock that layer, the original layer, and say XL 20. And now what I can do is press this. I'm going to change this one to green and go back up and do my same thing. So scroll up a little bit. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, rule 5, rule 6, and then go back, bring it back around. 5.2, 4.2, 3.2, and 2.2. Gorgeous. All right. Now that I've done all of that, I'm just going to add these so you can see. Oh, that's where my label went. I was wondering where you went. So if we go in here, you can see the reason why I have different grade rules is because, like, on regular patterns, it kind of like starts small and then it gets wider the larger sizes you go. So that's why we have that, or at least that's why I think we do, because that's what it says in my textbook. So what we can do now, and I'll just do it real quick to show you, is we can now nest these. Let me just move this because it keeps wanting to do things. Okay. So now we can just nest everything. And the fastest way to do that is, like most patterns, it has it nested at the top of the arm curve. So what we can do is just, I grabbed all of them and I'm just going to do a line and then a line to the left. And that is how you nest your patterns. And if you create a graphic style with your stroke, you have all these pretty colors. What if I showed you in a bigger stroke? Into. So that's that. Make sure to save your actions. So there we go. And then I'm just going to hit save action. Save your actions and you can use it later. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so we did 18, we did 20. So that, how to do that. All right.